Right now, on your phone, you're holding a book. It was written by a man who, as far as history knows, might never have existed. No record of him, no proven name, maybe not even one person. And that man buried every powerful name of his time. Let me show you how. The book is called The Art of War. It's the oldest book about war in the world. 13 chapters, written in China about 2400 years ago. It was a hard time. Small states crushed each other every year. Losing didn't mean a bad month. It meant the end of your family, the end of your name. But here's the first hard truth, the one that splits this series from every live action. This is not a book about war. War is only the language. Sun Tzu writes about something deeper, how people decide under pressure, where strong people break, why the strong side loses and the weak side wins, and when the best victory is the one you never had to fight. These are not tricks, they are laws. And law doesn't stay on the battlefield. It works on you, on your job, on your home, on what you leave behind. And that's why the book is still here after 2400 years. A trick gets old in 10 years. A law does not. His name was Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu, or Master Sun, that's just the title. People gave it to him out of respect. The real man was called Sun Tzu. And about that real man, we know almost nothing. So little, in fact, that serious historians still ask one cold question. Did he even exist? Here's why they ask. The biggest record of that time was a chronicle. It wrote down even small people, minor clerics, hired thugs, people nobody remembered a year later. And about Sun Tzu, it says nothing. Not one line. The most famous war strategist in human history, and the great record of his own time doesn't even mention his name. It gets stranger. The book talks about mass crossbows, advanced siege attacks, armies led by professional generals. None of that existed yet, in the century where the legend puts him. Those things came later. So the honest answer today is this. We are not sure when he lived. We are not sure he's one person, and not many. And we are not even sure Sun Tzu is the real name of whoever wrote it. Now think about what that means. The best guess of the experts, Sun Tzu was probably a small man, maybe a low officer, not a commanding general, not a statesman, nobody important. He did his work somewhere in the back row. He wrote down what he knew, hard and exact. Then he left history so quietly that we are not even sure he was there. About him stood the generals. They had rank, titles, the king's favor, rewards. Their names were carved into the records. They were the important people of their time. So ask yourself, how many of them can you name today? How many does anyone know today, except a few historians? Their rank is dust, their titles are dust, even they are dust. And the man from the back row, the one nobody wrote down, that is the man you are reading right now, on your phone. People download and buy his book by tens of thousands, every month. His rank didn't survive, he had none. His fame didn't survive, he had none in his life. What survived was the truth of the work, and the truth doesn't need its author to watch it grow. Before he got an army, he got a test. King Wu told him, I read you out 13 chapters. Can you actually use them? And as a joke, he added, can you try it on women? Sun Wu was given 180 women from the palace. He split them in two groups, and the front of each he placed the king's favorite concubine. He gave a simple, clear order. The women laughed. He said, "If the order is not clear, the fault is the generals." He said it again, slowly and exactly. They laughed again. Then he said the second half. "But if the order is clear, and the soldiers still don't obey, the fault is in the officers." And he ordered both leaders to be killed, both of the king's favorite concubines. The king watched from above. In panic, he sent a message. "We believe you now. Let them live. Without them, our food will lose its taste." Sun Tzu answered, and this one line is the whole man. "I have taken command, and there are orders from a king that the commander cannot accept." He had them killed. He put 2 new women in their place, and drum sounded again, and 180 women drilled with no mistakes, silent and exact, left, right, forward, down. Nobody dared make a sound. This is not a story about cruelty. It's a story about a man who in his own time was probably nobody, and who did not bend, even before a king, when he knew he was right. And that thing that didn't bend is exactly what survived him. Don't think Sun Tzu is a strange exception. This is a law. It repeats across history. Antoni Gaudi built the Sagrada Familia knowing he would never see it finished. He died in 1926. The work still goes on today. In his time, there were powerful people, bishops who paid for churches, rich families who paid for cathedrals. Their names were carved in stone above the door. Can you name even one of them? The whole world knows Gaudi. The man who signed his bills, nobody knows. The one who pays has power today. The one who makes something true has time, and time wins. Always. That's exactly Sun Tzu. The generals had the money and the rank. He was the maker. They are dust, and he is here. This series is not about how to win a fight. It's about what stays standing when you and the people above you today are long forgotten. And the first lesson came before Sun Tzu said one word about war. Rank does not survive, titles does not survive, favor does not survive. Only what is true and what doesn't bend survives. If people overlook you today, if you do honest work in the back row while others get the names, this is the only intro you need to hear, not comfort, a fact. The people overlooking you are probably the generals. That was the ground. From the next episode we go verse by verse, line by line through all 13 chapters. Sun Tzu words, and your life underneath them. But before the first board, carry this one. In 2400 years, your rank will be dust, your title will be dust. The only question is whether your work will be dust too.